Howdy everyone, Matt here. I got a question for you. How do you feel about company holiday parties? Do you think it is something great and wonderful and nice from an employer? Or you think, no, they're just dumb. We don't need them. Let's talk about that. But first and foremost, let me introduce myself. My name is Matt. I'm Matt the PT, and I'm coming at you with another video on another topic of something in the physical therapy world, and that is holiday parties. How do you feel about them? Do you think they're worth it? Do you think they're important? Do you think they're good to do? Or like I said, no, they're dumb. We don't need to do those. And I just wanted to share that because this is coming out around, this is December. We got, in time of recording, Christmas is just a couple days away. And of course, many of us have been going to all sorts of parties with friends and family and our clinics or our employers or whomever we're with. It doesn't matter. Maybe you're a small clinic. It's just or maybe it's your clinic, your small clinic. Maybe your big group of clinics. Maybe you work for a big hospital or a big place, but you had those. And how do you feel about this? What do you feel about them? Because I'll tell you this, I've often felt that a holiday party, Christmas party, whatever you want to call it, is a good litmus test about how an employer feels about the employees. Now, because I've had these good and bad experiences with it, and it often kind of reflected back again how the vibes and things I've picked up from the employer. Now, I completely understand that it's not the only thing that we're a part of. That, most of us work to make money to allow us to buy goods and services, keeps a roof over your head, allows you to have a car, buy food, go out, enjoy things. That's what we work for. We go to work for money. But there's other aspects of things that we do. Maybe that you want to work somewhere because it has a good caseload on it. Again, we don't like to work for those crazy caseloads and people get in here like, oh, you want to work? No, we don't like seeing 4, 5, 6 people at a time. We don't really enjoy that. We don't like those productivity standards of, 90 plus 96, 98%, where it's either like you have to be treating almost 100% of the time, because when are you going to document? When are you going to spend any additional time with patients, just talking with them or going to the bathroom? When we're going to have those things. Maybe you work somewhere because there's a mentor there. Maybe it's a very good location for you. Maybe it's a setting that you want to be in. Maybe it gives you the hours and the freedom that you want to do other things. So yes, I understand. There are so many reasons why. And, a holiday party is probably not the best thing to do it. And also, as well, with employers, of using that as to kind of gauge how they treat, how they feel about you, there are other things. Again, how much they pay. Do you get recognition through the year? Do they allow you those freedoms? But like I said, that's what I want to talk about in this one. That I felt like the holiday party is a reflection of that. And of course, please let me know your beliefs in the comments below. But I'll tell you this. So I'll tell you a little story. Back when I was young, my dad did manufacturing. He's done that for 30 plus years. And every December, they had a Christmas party. Big Christmas party. And once it's getting into December, right after Thanksgiving, they would start talking about it. And my parents would go and they'd get all dressed up and they would go out. And we as kids, we'd spend the night with my grandmother. And, when we see our parents the next day, they would just be talking about how much fun they had. And I always wanted to go. I did get to go one year. I was an employee over the summer. And because they would hire us college kids to come do the little odds and end jobs around the plant. And because I was an employee in good standing, I got to go to the holiday party, the Christmas party. I will tell you what, I had so much fun. All this food, all this drink, everyone's dancing and laughing and talking. And it was so much fun. And I, to this day, remember it. And I have such happy, positive memories of it. And I'm going to tell you, once I got out and started working, that's what I was wanting to do. So went through undergrad, PT school. You start working in a clinic, and experienced many of those through all my almost 15 years now. Some very good ones and very ones. But it always felt like this was a reflection of how an employer or management or whomever felt about the employees. Now, I'll tell you one. So one of them I worked for, was probably the best one. We had a boss. He was a very down-to-earth guy. He cared about us very much. He would talk to us if we had a bad time he listened to us. And he was a phenomenal boss. And the company was really going up, and things were so nice. And I remember he put on this big holiday party. He planned this thing out. We went to this nice restaurant, and we brought our spouses with us, our boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, wives, whomever we brought them. We get to mingle with one another. I remember just laughing and joking, and everybody had so much fun. And it felt like it was such a nice thing to do. And it felt like it brought so many of us a little closer together. Well, fast forward several years, and it was fairly the same group of us. There had been some turnover. We had been sold to a larger corporation at the time. And so we went through all of this, and this other company, when we asked about a holiday party, they said, no, y'all are not allowed to do one. You're not allowed to do one. You can't do one in your area. And we were like, okay, why not? And they wouldn't really give us a reason. They said, no, you're not allowed to do one. It's not in your budget. Okay. But here's the thing. Within probably about a week, what starts popping up on our intranet and on their social media pages, but pictures from the corporate holiday party of this big hotel, the ballroom that they're in, and all these smiling faces, and the captions were talking about the corporate holiday party, and it's going, okay, so these are the same group of people that told us no, that we can't do it, but they go off and do it, and then they publish it, and they put it out there. And I'll be honest, like, we kind of talked in our region about that, and it rubbed many of us the wrong way. And it really felt, and I want to tell you, it kind of showed that the company was very cold to us, that it saw us as just like machines. It's a cog in the wheel. Get the patients in, treat them, bill as maximally as possible, get them out the door. Like, that's it. Like, it just felt like it was just another reason that it's like, no, just do this stuff, get them out, make the money. That's all we care about. And I was like, oh, that's really, really what that felt like. But contrast that with other times of going to, again, something where it's like, hey, we're going to have this party here, or we're going to do this thing here. And the company said, oh, we're going to buy everybody lunch. We're going to buy everybody a dinner. We're going to do all this. We're going to have this. And we had this great, great time. And it just felt so much different. And it seemed to carry over so much more that the company valued you. And it was just this little bitty thing that they did. And it, like I said, it just felt like it showed that they cared. Now, I've also been a part of them when it seemed like they were trying. I know I was with a big organization, another big organization, and they had a potluck. And you think, this is a huge organization, and they're asking everyone to bring in food, and we only get lunch, and it's like, okay, you can have this holiday potluck over lunch, but clean up at 12:57 and be right back to treating patients at 1 o'clock. And it's like, it's not really much of anything. And it just, that one has really kind of seemed a little half-assed, to really be honest. Now, I'm not saying that a company needs to, like, again, some big 5-star restaurant, $150 plates and doing all this, going up, but it's like, dang, you could have tried a little harder, to show some appreciation. And it just felt kind of fake. It just kind of felt like, oh, yeah, thank you. Yeah, now get back to work. But anyway, just wanted to share that. Just want to talk about that. If you're an employer out there, think about that with your employees. When I was management, I always, again, and I will tell you, when that thing happened with that other company, I said, screw you. I'm doing a holiday employee for the people that work. I was a clinic director. I invited everyone in the area. I said, hey, we're going to close our clinic a couple hours early. If you want to come over, we're going to have a party. We're going to play some music, and we're going to get some food, and we are going to have fun. And I would tell you, I did that for the people in my clinic. We had some people from the other clinics come down, and I said, I don't care what they say. If they want to get mad at me, they can get mad at me, but I am going to show appreciation for the people that work with me. Because again, I was the director. Didn't care about the big company, didn't seem to care about us, but I wanted to show that I was going to care about the people that I worked with. But like I said, I just want to share that. And if you are somebody that has a company, that has a clinic or something like that, let me know. What do you do for your employees? Do you feel like that is something that's It's like, hey, I can do this thing to show your appreciation. Do your employees really, really care about it as well? How do you feel? Do you feel like sometimes your company maybe kind of half-asses it? Oh, yeah, you get that. You get a lunch, but, hey, right back on the clock, clean up, get out. How you feel about it? Or do they say, no, we're going to take y'all out. We're going to have you a big old nice fancy steak dinner with all the fixings and whatnot. What do you think about that? I know this is probably a little goofy topic or whatever. I want to thank you for sticking around and watching the video. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you enjoyed it, hit the thumbs up button. And of course, consider subscribing to the channel. It doesn't cost you a copay. And of course, share your beliefs and your comments and all that about you could tell your horror stories of a holiday party. You could tell about the best time that you ever had. It's always fun. It's always fun. I want to talk about that. So, until next time, take care of yourself. Take care of your patients. I will see you then.